Hello, future science teachers. Welcome back to our class. Now, let's start.
Let's go. I got this feeling. I got this feeling. I got this feeling. Somebody dance with me. Somebody dance with me. I got this feeling. Somebody dance with me. Somebody dance.
Okay, so you did the exercise enough to start? Okay, today we're gonna start with the magic show. Because when you observe this magic show, I'm sure you can have a chance to improve basic skills like observing skill, inferring, and predicting skills. So let's watch a magic show and check if you improve these skills. Okay? So let's watch this magic.
This is a simple science trick that you can perform. All you need is some pepper and a little dishwashing detergent. Pour some water into a shallow dish. Shake some pepper on top of the water. If you put your finger into the dish, nothing much will happen. To perform the trick, all you have to do is dip your finger into a little dishwashing detergent. Now when you go with the water and the pepper, something completely different happens.
Wow.
The detergent
Magic.
disrupts the surface tension of the water, lowering it. As the water tries to flatten out to the edges of the dish, it pulls the pepper with it, as if by magic.
Okay. So at the beginning, when you see that the pepper moves away, see when you see.
To perform the trick, all you have to do is dip your finger into a little dishwashing detergent. Now when you go with the water and the pepper, something completely different happens.
See? So when you see this one, you must be surprised, right? But of course, when you observe in detail, you will find out something different happen. Different things happen, right? Because she used some liquid soap uh, on her finger and then put it in water, right? So the pepper go away, right? And so, of course, when you observe very well, you can find out that difference, right? And also, based on this observation, you also infer what's going on, right? Something, because pepper is on the cover of water, right? And then the pepper just to go away. That means something happened on the cover of water, right? Normally, when you have water on the cover, there's a surface tension, and when you have a liquid soap on the surface cover, then the surface tension bond. There's a molecular bond. The bond is just gonna broken. So that's why um, the pepper that is on the surface of water goes away because the surface tension is broken because of the salt, right? So when you see first time, it looks like a magic, right? But when you see details and infer and predict, then you can find out what's going on, what science is behind this magic show. Okay, so that's why we need to bring this magic show into our class. go back to our PowerPoint. How about this? Ask your students, can you make water upside down like this? And of course, when you upside down the cup, then the water inside the cup must be fall like this, right? But you can make this one um, does not fall into ground. Can you make it? Of course, at the beginning, many of you thought, well, because of gravity, water always goes down, right? So let's ask this little boy how he can make this upside down water. Doesn't, of course, the water doesn't fall onto the ground. So let's watch this movie clip.
Hello, this is Jameson, 5th grade. Hello. Miss Farrell class. And we're going to try show an experiment how water defies gravity. Okay, so we're going to take just a plain glass, fill it up, about half, I guess. Yeah, like this, maybe more. And we're going to use a coaster just because we couldn't find a piece of paper. But basically, you can use any piece of paper, not toilet paper, because it's something a little bit thicker that doesn't soak right away. And what we're going to do, we're going to flip it over and take our handle. Okay, Jameson, go ahead. Flip it over and take your handle. No! Flip it over and take your hand off. Okay, go ahead, take it off. Yes, and you see that the water is not falling off. Can you tilt it a little bit? Yes, like this. Tilt it back. No, not like this. Going back. Yes. It's completely staying there. Now on count 3, he's gonna let it go. 1, 2, 3. That's right. Ooh. Okay, so now we're gonna wait for your comments telling us how it all happened. Bye bye.
Okay, so you can make the water doesn't fall onto the ground. Can you guess what happened here? Of course, when you upside down, you expect the water gonna fall down, right? But there are a lot of force working on this situation. Of course, water have some attraction each other. So when you cover water with some paper, then water gonna absorb and attract each other. So that make another bond, of course. And also, when you upside down, let's see, I'm gonna use this pen. So when you have some cover here, then of course the water itself have attraction. So the water on the cover and also water inside the bottle gonna attract each other, so they can make a bond, of course. And also, even if you cannot see, there's air pressure. So air gonna push up from bottom to up. Of course, air gonna have or around this bottle, right? So of course, the air gonna push down. So air pressure comes from top to bottom and bottom to top. And besides, inside the water, there's some air pressure, okay? And when you add all together, this bottom one, see, when you think about these 3 arrows, this bottom one is gonna bigger than these 3, okay? So inside the bottle, the air pressure is less than outside air pressure. So because of different air pressure, the water can stay inside. But when you push the bottle, or inside the bottle has a high pressure, of course, then the water gonna fall down because inside the air pressure, water pressure plus water pressure is bigger than outside air pressure. That's why the water gonna falling down. But at the beginning, like this, inside the air pressure and water pressure is less than outside the air pressure. Okay, so even if you cannot see the air pressure, but the air pressure is very strong, stronger than you thought. All right. So this is another magic, but that is also science. So again, when you have this activity with your students can have a chance to improve inferring skill and predicting skill. Okay. All right. Uh, Again, I want you to have this kind of magic show with your students because when you show this magic, then students start to confuse. It, especially when students have some misconception, try to bring some activity that can make students disturbed. Because when students have a disturbance in their brain, then they start to explore more, look for more information, and then they start accommodate and organize their knowledge so they can build their own knowledge, right? So as a science teacher, you need to check children's misconception and try to bring some activity that makes students brain disturbance. Okay, so that activity you're gonna bring at the beginning, it's called discrepant event. Let's find out children's misconception about science. Okay,